Hey everyone, welcome back to our weekly ants live training stream. I'm like a minute late, but bear with me here. Just getting settled in. I literally came home like 5 minutes ago and I'm trying to get ready for the call today, but have another fun call. But you guys know how this goes at the beginning of each of our calls. We go through calls. I'm still saying calls, 2017. But at the beginning of each of our live trainings, we go through and we share the things that we're excited about, what we call our wins for the week, the things that we're celebrating, the things that we've accomplished between today and our last call. You know, things that we're celebrating, things we just want to be proud out loud about, because one of the ways to stay engaged and excited about our business is to celebrate those wins, those small victories, the big victories, whatever it is. And I had one that I wanted to share, and of course, it's in my handbag, which is in the kitchen and not on me because I took it off. But who wants to hang on for a second? Get the I don't know what you call it, elevator music going. How wrong is it for me to like step away from my computer screen? Hang on. Okay, yes, Georgiana's live. She's just not in her screen. How odd. So, I wanted to share this with you guys, and I took it off because I thought I would be able to share it better, because I don't know, I just did. So, hang on, let me get it for you, because of course, it is at the bottom of my bag, which is another Avon bag. Do you guys remember this bag? The Avon Signature Collections? This bag is so deep. Everything I put in it always goes to the bottom. This was not the bag that I wanted to tell you what was in my bag. It is and it isn't. But okay, here we go. One. And let's see if I can find number 2. Yes, I've got it. Okay. So today's theme is what's in my bag, more so than I thought. But I wanted to show you my win that I'm celebrating for the week. Let's see if I can realign this without it falling out. All right. So I mentioned this last week. My first victory, celebration, success, win for all of 2017 is that I earned the Avon Beauty, what was it called? There was an incentive, Sparkle Like a Boss. So I earned the Avon Sparkle Like a Boss incentive. So I earned the Avon necklace, as well as level 2, which is the Beauty Boss necklace. So sparkly. I took it off so I could show you up close what it looks like, because I found the Beauty Boss necklace has sparkles and then the Avon necklace does not. So I wanted to give you a close-up because, as usual, it looks better in person than it does in that flyer they had. I said it was a mock-up that they did flyer. So I have been wearing these. I've been wearing both since the day I got them. Every single day I put them on, and I've just been wearing them. So I am super excited. It's always nice to earn incentives, and I feel that it's really nice for Avon to celebrate the things that we're doing, to recognize that we're doing stuff for our business, and to even celebrate that we're doing stuff that we're supposed to do anyway to grow our business. So I'm really excited about this, and I'm hoping, fingers crossed, praying, looking forward to earning many more incentives. So I want to hear a shout out. How many of you out there also earned the Avon Sparkle Like a Boss incentives? There are 2 levels. So if you had a certain sales level, you would get the Avon necklace, and then if you kicked it up a notch, you would get the Beauty Boss necklace. When I first saw it, I was like, but I have to have it. I'm in the commercial for Beauty Boss. I was like, if this is one thing that I earned, this has got to be it. I can't not have the Beauty Boss necklace to go with my Beauty Boss commercials. I was just, okay, vanity, yes, a little, but I was just so excited. I just had to have it. So I was excited that I earned it. And I also want to thank my customers because they came through with the orders and helped me to hit the sales level that I needed to earn the necklaces. So I'm going to be wearing and rocking these every day. It's funny because I don't really wear gold often. I'm more of a silver person, but I like these so much. I'm going to wear them, and it kind of reminds me of those nameplate necklaces that were in when I was in, I guess, junior high school. I feel like I belong in a J-Lo video, but all right, guys. So let's see how many of you are also celebrating wins and victories for the week. Let's see who is on our call. Hey, Joetta, thanks for joining in. Congratulations on placing your first order. Reach out to me, girl, so we can work together on helping you build your successful order so you can get going and achieve your Kickstart bonus. Hey, Kathleen, welcome. Hi, Isis. Hi, Sharon. How are you? Kathleen says she remembers that bag. I gotta be honest with you. I'm a bag lady. I have a bit of a obsession with bags. This bag I've had for a while. I like it because it's huge, so I could put all my products, my computers, whatever in there, and it's really sturdy. It's like a faux leather, but it's very strong. I've been using it for a long time, and my family always complains about me because I never have like a normally weighted bag. I don't know how to say that. My bag is never the weight that it should be. It always has more because I have cameras, I have books, journals, my tablet, all kinds of things, which are now falling out. But I bought it as a set, so it came with the wallet. This is the wallet, as well as, I guess it was supposed to be a makeup bag, but I use it as a pencil case. So I have the bag, the pencil case, and the wallet, all as a set, and I love them. I've been using them, the wallet, nonstop, and it's sturdy. You can see I always have more stuff in there than, again, you should, and none of it is ever cash. It's always paper, but I've been using the wallet forever, and you can see my makeup bag is full, over full, and full of all kinds of things, chargers, tape measures, pens, pencils, styluses, all kinds of things that normal people don't carry, but it holds a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that I have in there. It's always full to the brim and always in my bag, whether I'm carrying it with that bag or something else. So I love these. I love things that are sturdy, and I love that they have the little emblem on them. The tote bag doesn't have the emblem, the Avon Anywhere, Anytime, Always Ask on the bag itself, but it has like a little key fob attachment here. So I love that they're all sort of uniform and cutesy. I like that it's a set. I don't think I have any other bags that are a set like that, but anyway, I digress. All right, let's get back to the celebration. Hey, Jessica Z, how are you? Britain, welcome, welcome. Let's see. Jessica says happy Tuesday. Thanks, Jessica. I'm excited. Hey, Stephanie, how are you? Janet says nice bling bling. Thanks, Janet. Let's see. Oh, Kathleen said one of the members of her team received it as well. Yeah, you know, I have to say one of the things that excites me about these incentives is not just achieving it for yourself, but seeing when your team achieves it. So I shared with my team a list of how many representatives from our team achieved it. 2 of us achieved both necklaces, and there were a few of us who achieved the Avon necklace. I'm always excited to see when my team is sort of catching on to the excitement and getting themselves involved in achieving and earning as well. Let's see what we're looking at here. All kinds of stuff. Okay. Tina says she earned level 1. Congratulations, Tina. Ricky says she also got the necklace, and her sister did as well. So congratulations to Ricky and Cindy. Let's see who else. Hey, Hope. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Tina, welcome to the call. Anitra, hey girl. Angelique. Oh, okay, we have Avon royalty here. Miss Angelique is on the call. Hey Ursula, welcome. Welcome, Milagros. That's our Avon superstar. Let's see what we've got here. Okay, so Milagros says she's working on Atlantis. She got 2 tickets so far. Congratulations, live scratch off. Awesome, Milagros. Congratulations. I'm looking forward to getting my tickets. I don't know if I'll do it live. Maybe. I hope so. I hope to earn more than 2 tickets. So let's see how we're doing on time. All right, we got another 2 minutes. We're going to give everyone to get on the call. So keep your wins for the week going. What else are you guys celebrating? So I showed that I earned my necklace. What else? To be honest with you, I had like a second last minute win for the week. I'm just going to chalk it up to a win, but I lost my phone this morning. I was shopping and I was shopping for more prospecting supplies, and I left it on the counter. And you guys know me. My phone is always in my hand, and I've never ever done that before. So I was in full on panic prayer mode because I was like, I don't even know what to do if I lose my phone, because my first instinct is to call someone. Call the company to get them to cancel, call my family to let them know that I don't have my phone. And I don't have numbers memorized because I'm just not that generation. So I know my own phone number, and I think I know my mom's in case of an emergency. And half the time, intending to dial my mom, I end up dialing myself because I get the numbers confused. But I was devastated. And for a good, I don't know, it felt like forever, but it couldn't have been more than maybe 20 minutes max. I was in full-on panic mode. I was so anxious and just terrified. I didn't know what to do. And then I found it, and then all was well. But I was just like, okay, that's just gonna be my win for the month. That's my miracle. That's something I can be excited about. When I found it, I breathed a sigh of relief, and I was like, okay, everything is right in the world again. So I'm going to chalk that up to being my second win for the week. It's not so much something that I accomplished, but I didn't lose it. So I'm going to celebrate it anyway. The people in the store were kind enough to see that I had left it, and they put it away for me. So I was excited. And thankful. Super, super thankful. Okay, Tina said she finally received credit from Avon. Well, congratulations, girl. That's something to celebrate. That means you've been running your account successfully and responsibly, paying your bill on time, etc., etc. So that is an awesome win. And now you'll be able to float some cash and place your orders and then get them back for your customers so that you don't have to put as big a down payment on your orders, which is going to be good. Celebrate. You will enjoy that. So those of you who don't know, if you register with Avon and you don't have credit, every couple of months, I don't know if it's 3 or 6 months, but every few months, Avon will evaluate your account and see if you are now eligible for credit. So if you're starting off and you don't have credit, don't let that stop you. Run your account responsibly, pay your bill on time, place your orders on time, do what responsible business people do, and then they will evaluate your account and give you credit, like Miss Tina now has. And then you'll be able to celebrate with us here on the call. All right. Okay, so I guess that's it for wins. You guys need to work on the wins. Hey, Maria, how are you? Torian, welcome, and welcome, Ria. Glad to have you guys on the call. All right. So today, our topic of discussion, I guess this is going to be a brief call, but I wanted to show you what's in my events bag. So, we got another win. Anitra says that her team sales are getting higher. Woo, woo. Awesome, girl. And you are an amazing leader. So, your team is in really good hands. Anitra's one of the leaders on my team. So, kudos to you, girl. Keep it going. So, today I'm going to show you what items I have in my bag for events. I really try to, even though I drive, I try to keep my event materials in one bag just to make things easier. it's happened over the years that I've ended up with like 2 or 3 bags. So I have a bag in my trunk with a binder that has all my materials, so that you know, extra labels, extra order booklets, things that I have as backup. I keep like a file folder in my trunk to replenish my bag. But I also have a do you guys remember the Avon Star bags and the Avon I think it was just the Avon bag. I think it said Avon, and then there's one that said Avon Star that we had gotten at conference. I keep those 2 bags as well. One of them I use for tossing brochures. The other one I use for my leadership events. So in that bag I have a binder with some training material. But as we've moved more towards training online and Skype and all of that, I've been using that bag a little bit less. But the bag that has always been like a staple for me, even though the bag itself changes, has been my prospecting bag. So here it is, my 50-pound ton. This is the bag that I'm now using for my prospecting events. It is the Beauty Boss bag that I got at an Avon event that we did back in September, literally the day before I left for Tahiti. But I've been using this bag because it's humongous. As you can see, it's like a overnight weekender kind of tote bag. But I love it because, well, I'll show you why. I can fit so much stuff in it. So what I do is, this bag has 2 straps, a really big strap that I could put over my shoulder, as well as a little strap that I could just sort of carry in my hand if I need to. And I hope I don't break this bag, but it's really sturdy. So let's go through the items that I have in my bag. So the first thing I have, when I'm prospecting, I tend to have a table, a folding table that I can carry. So I'll usually put that, I usually carry that in one hand, which makes being able to fit everything else in my tote bag a lot easier. So I have the table, and with that I have a black tablecloth as well as the Avon table runner. So this is the table runner that I use. It says Avon. I like the table runner because it's a little bit lighter than the other humongous Say Yes to Avon bag. And I can always, if anything, just throw this over the table. If I'm going to another event where they're providing tables and tablecloths, I could use this and throw over. But if I'm doing my own event, I take a black tablecloth and I put this Avon runner on top. And I like it because it's pink, it's eye-catching, and it also looks professional. It helps grab attention to your table. The next thing I at my table is a basket. So this is my giant basket. You guys see, it's like I'm pulling clowns out of a car here. This giant basket fit in my tote bag. So I have a basket that's usually full of sample packs, and I'll kind of go through what I keep in my basket. Let's put that guy over here. I also had, the first thing, you probably heard me take it out, was Avon gift basket. This is one that I've been using for display, sent to me by the wonderful Milagros. I like it because it's light, so I've been using it as my display basket. I also have extra sample packs, a sample kit with some of the products that you receive when you first sign up, as well as clipboards. Clipboards are super important, and I will tell you why in a minute. Snacks, because when you're out there you get hungry. Water, because you're talking to people and you know you want to be well lubricated. But it's just always good to carry a little bit of water. I do have, for this time, I have the Prima fragrance, which has slid out of its box, but I have a display fragrance so that as I'm talking to people they can try the products that I have. So for me right now, Prima is the fragrance that I'm focusing on. And then I have some, I guess this is all recruiting flyers and stuff. But last but not least, my Avon button. You guys know, I've said multiple times that the Avon buttons are a staple of my wardrobe, because regardless of what I'm wearing, I can always put the Avon button on and I am in Avon mode. So I don't have to have on the Avon t-shirts, although as you guys know, I do wear the Avon, they have the pink Avon t-shirts, and my team also has team t-shirts that we will prospecting as well. So sometimes that will be in our t-shirts, but sometimes if I'm doing a fast event or a power hour and I'm in like work clothes, I just put on the Avon button and I'm good to go. So those materials that I start off with. My lotion from the kit is also a tester, so it's open. So I like to have just a couple of products. I love the Firm and Restore. I like to have a couple of products on the table so that people can try them out, because, you know, as we're standing there and conversing, they come and they look at the table and they're like, usually like, you know, what do you have? What are you selling? What's on display? And, you know, I kind of let them try some of the products. And I try to use products. I've done the lipsticks. I've done the day cream and the night cream, where you have to use the spatula for the, or a Q-tip for the person. But I tend not to, I've been moving away from those items. I do like to have them, but I find that they're better for indoor events, not our events when we're setting up to do a recruiting event on the fly in front of an establishment or inside of another business, because a lot of times, especially if the event is outside, the wind is blowing, it's dusty. Here in New York, it's gross. So there's all kinds of things in the air. I like to have items that I can close or that are sealed, so that I can make sure that the people who are using them are not getting other miscellaneous stuff in the items. And also for sanitary reasons, because when you're using those, like the day creams, you have to make sure that people don't double dip, that people don't get their fingers in there. And I am a germaphobe. Big germaphobe. So if I can't keep an eye on it, it kind of makes it mentally hard for me, because I get so focused on, you know, don't put your fingers in there, don't double dip, use a spatula, and it kind of takes away from my light fluffy mood. So I like these because I could just, you know, give the person a little spritz, or they can just put a little dollop in their hand and we can converse and keep it moving. I also do not put a lot of product on the table. I have done events where I've had like 5 or 6 different products, and I don't use a lot of products because I feel like the people then think it's an event to shop. So instead of us conversing about the opportunity, or, you know, getting questions answered about the business, they're like, what's this? What's this? What's this? What's this? What's this? And it makes it harder. So I found that for me personally, a simpler table is better, because I can keep my concentration. And when the person comes to my table and they're like, what are you doing here? I try to sum it up in 1 or 2 lines. You know, I'm out today doing a raffle. I'm out today sharing the Avon opportunity. I'm out today talking to the community about breast cancer awareness, or about domestic violence, the domestic violence cause, you know, things like that. I try to keep it down to one-liners, and as opposed to, here is my entire table. I have day cream, I have night cream, I have fragrance, I have skincare, you know, things like that. I try to have just a few products so I could say, you know, these are just a sample of the variety of products that Avon has. To be honest with you, right now, my AHA cream is not even open. It's sealed. Because I've had people come too, and they just want to try everything. I remember once I had an event where I had little, do you guys remember the little sample pack boxes that had like 100 samples? I had the entire box on the table, and this lady, I don't know if it was like OCD or what, but she was like, what's this? What's this? What's this? The same sample. And she just kept pulling it out, wiping it, smelling it, taking another one, wiping it and smelling it. And I was just like, it's the same fragrance. But it was kind of like she couldn't stop. And I was just like, I'm going to take this from you and I'm going to put this over here. So I try to have as little stuff as possible on the table. But I do like to have the kit, because I like to show people what they will get. I know they probably don't get this kit anymore, but I like to just show them an example of getting training materials that they, you know, in my conversation, I'll say you receive a kit. And I found when I say, you know, you get a kit, and they don't have something to look at, it's kind of like, oh, okay. But when I say, oh, you know, you get a kit with full-size product, and they could see the product, it kind of carries more weight with them. And I say, you know, you get training material and tools and supplies to help grow your business. You get brochures, and they could kind of flip through and see what they get. So this is an old kit, but I still use it Oh, and there's me. And Milagros, and Ivana, and Sandra, and Rebecca, the whole crew from the Beautiful Story commercial is here. So I kind of just like to do that too. And occasionally I'll have it sitting there, and you ever talk to a person and their eyes are kind of glazing over and you're kind of wondering whether or not they're getting it or not. And they'll just kind of stop and say, "Is that you?" And it just, it kind of opens up another conversation. I can explain all the things that my business has done for me in my life, and all the things that they can do with it in their life. So let's get into this big old basket. So this basket I love. To be honest with you, the bows came just this weekend. I guess I was in a Valentine's Day type of mood, but I had bows, so I slapped some bows on it. But this basket is huge, and it's very sturdy. So I've put brochures in here. I filled it with sample packs. This basket at one point, I used to walk around with it. Just the basket full of sample packs and a few clipboards, and just talk to people. So sometimes if you don't have a table and you want to be more mobile or more flexible, you could just throw a basket over your head or your arm. You could use a tote bag as well. I just use a basket because it's eye-catching, and when people see me walking around with the basket, they're kind of like, "What she got there? What she do with the basket?" And it pulls people's attention, and then it makes it easier for me when I see them looking, and when they make eye contact, I could say, "Hey, would you like a free sample?" Or, "Here, this is for you." Or what I like to do, whether I have my basket or I'm just walking and talking to people, sometimes I'll just say, "Happy Monday, happy hump day, happy Friday." Tuesdays and Thursdays tend to be a little bit harder, but I might say, for Thursday, happy almost Friday, happy Tuesday. Instead of Tuesday, I might say, happy, thank God it's not Monday anymore. I think I've done for a while. I usually try to use icebreakers to make the other person laugh, kind of make them feel more comfortable, because I think also a lot of times when people see you coming, they think you're selling something to them, or you're trying to solicit a donation. So, by just saying, "Hey, this is for you, happy Monday, happy Tuesday," whatever, it kind of breaks the ice, and they're kind of like, "Free for me? I can just take it?" And then I'm like, "Yeah, once you help me with my survey." So what I have, usually on the clipboards, I will have these Avon survey forms. So I like these little ones, and I like to put them on a small clipboard, because I've also found that when I have the larger clipboard and people see me coming with the clipboard, they're thinking again, "Okay, what am I signing up for? Which politician am I registering to support? What charity or cause or whatever." So with the small clipboard, as I'm talking to them, I might say, "Would you like to help me with my survey?" It's just a brief survey, and you're holding up a teeny tiny clipboard. They're looking at it like, okay, it is a small survey. So visually, they're seeing small clipboard, small survey, and I'm telling them it's just a short survey, won't take too much of their time, but they're getting visual confirmation as well. I literally just bought these clipboards, so it's still in the packaging. But these are the 6x9 clipboards, and this one just happens to be clear and pink. You don't have to use these. You can get the cardboard ones at Dollar Tree. They work perfectly fine, and I use them as well. I just bought pink because I'm trying to build up a pink theme. But so I have the 3 questions, which are basically, are you currently being serviced by an Avon representative? Would you like to receive the Avon brochure? I let them know that I can add this to my mailing list. And lastly, would you like to receive information about Avon's earning opportunity? So I love these questionnaires because it collects all the information. To be honest with you, this one isn't the one that I like. Okay, this is the one I love. The one with the email. It basically says the same things. I already have an Avon rep. I would like to receive Avon brochures on a regular basis, and I would like to learn more about earning good money with Avon. But I like these because sometimes here in the city, you can get bombarded, and all of a sudden, it's strange. As soon as one person comes to the table, it's like everybody else feels more comfortable coming to the table. So sometimes I'm talking to one person, but I like to have multiple clipboards because the other person could fill out the information. And all the questions are there so that even if I can't really talk to them, they can look through, see all the questions, and check off whatever they're feeling, or whatever they're thinking. But I do like to talk them through. Even if I have a group of people who are filling out the clipboards, I'll kind of go into teacher mode and say, okay, well, question number 1 is ... and everybody checks, and question number 2 is ... and everybody checks. So I talk through. I will usually say something along the lines of, do you know of anyone who can use an extra $500 to $1,000 each month, or an extra $200 every 2 weeks, just to also take the pressure off of them. Usually, if they're interested in the opportunity for themselves, then when I ask if they know of anyone, then they'll say, oh yeah, me. But if they're feeling like it's not for them, and I ask a general question like, do you know of anyone, then they can say, well, I'm not interested, but I do have a friend. So instead of them just looking and saying, do I want to earn more? No, and having it end there, at least if they're thinking no, they're also thinking about a friend or family member that they can recommend to. Because remember, guys, when I first started with Avon, it wasn't me that was presented with the opportunity. It was my sister. She was in touch with the district manager, and she walked into a district office, and he offered her the opportunity, and she brought her home, and I joined. So don't forget to offer don't forget to ask for referrals. Don't forget to ask people if they can share your contact information. Don't forget to ask them if they know of anyone. And I even recommend, if you can, make it less general. So instead of saying something like, do you know of anyone general, you can say something like, do you know of any moms, any single parents who are looking to make any extra income? Do you know of any parents who are looking for extra money to put their kids through karate or ballet or whatever? Do you know of any students who would like to make extra income to help supplement their tuition or their books? And usually when you make it more specific, it helps the person think of specific people, because money is an interesting thing. A lot of people don't really talk about it, especially if they're having difficulty, but they might be more inclined to say, okay, well, I do know a couple of people in college. I have cousins and nephews and nieces, and they're in college. I can ask them. So it helps the person, it helps their synapses to make the connection. So they're not just thinking, do I know anyone who needs money? No. But if I ask, do they know any students? And they're like, yeah, I know students. Do you know any single moms? Yeah, I know single moms. Do you know any parents? Yeah, I know parents. And it narrows down the people that they're thinking about, so that they can really hone in on who to talk to. So it also makes it easier for the person you're asking the referral from. So instead of them just thinking about, every person that they've ever met, and if they know income, then they're thinking more specific, like, okay, who are the parents that I know? Which one of those parents might be interested in this opportunity? So I do like to narrow it down a little, but I usually open it with, do you know of anyone who could use an extra ... And if I see them kind of hesitating or thinking, I might say, like a single parent, or, a family who has kids in ballet or karate, or a college student who's looking to pay off books and tuition. And, so I go from general to more specific, just to kind of help the person focus in on what they're saying. So I love the clipboards, love that the people can fill them out, even if there are a lot of people and I can't get a chance to really speak one-on-one, I can still collect the information. And it has all the information: name, address, phone number, email. Avon has new ones. I think I saw a question. Somebody was asking, where do you find these? Avon has them available on youravon.com. The ones that are on youravon.com look a little different. Of course, I only have the Spanish version of the one from avon.com. But this is the one you'll find on your Avon. Same thing. The only difference is that it asks if they prefer to be communicated with via phone or text. It also asks for their email and if they have Facebook. I like those options. They're helpful, because if the person checks that they have Facebook, I'll let them know that I have Facebook as well. We can get connected and stay in touch. But I find that in the field it's a little confusing because they look at it and they don't know where to put their phone number. because this a tiny little box here at the end. And, you know, it's all this, you know, phone or text, and then the phone number goes here. But people ask me all the time, where does the phone number go? I don't know. And it gives you more options. So, you know, would they like to earn extra income? If they know of an organization that would benefit from a fundraiser, I like that that question is here. If they'd be interested in being an independent sales rep, and if they prefer to just buy via the internet. So it asks essentially the same questions in different ways, but I like the addition of the fundraiser opportunity, because they might have a fundraiser, or they might have an organization that might be interested in a fundraiser. So before I go back to the other stuff I have in the basket, let me just see if we have any questions going in. Malagra says she loves Prima. Kathleen says she loves the Boss bag. I love them too, and it was I got that with the mug that I usually have on here, sipping tea for our calls, but I was hoping Avon would make them available for everyone, but I haven't seen them in Town and Country or anywhere else. So, dear Avon, can we please have the Beauty Boss bags? Janet says, I know, she understands. Hey, Chris, welcome. And Maria and Felicia. Chris said they are not as scary. Oh, yeah. Clipboards really help break the ice. And people aren't as scary as you think they are. They are just... I think people just have their defenses up, especially in the city, because there are so many people handing out flyers and giving out information. It usually catches them off guard, where you're just like, I'm just giving you something for free. No strings attached. Hey, Mavis. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Okay, so Kathleen was asking where we get the questionnaires. You can find them on youravon.com. I will find the link and post it to this chat when we're done, because I'm not sure exactly where it is now. They've kind of changed the site around. I think it might be under campaign tools, but I'm not sure. And I will get that link to you. If anyone knows, please post that link in the comments so Kathleen can see. Oh, and Kathleen also brings up a good question. Do you know of anyone who wants to be an Avon helper? That's also a great idea. Tina wants to know if I can print them. Oh, if we can print them from the website. Yes, they're printable from youravon.com. I just have to find the link. Oh, wait, no. Yes, Tina was answering. Okay, so Kathleen, Tina answered. You can print.com. Okay, Myra. Well, okay, so back to my basket. So in the front, I usually fill it up with sample packs. So they're kind of like that. And I started with the baskets one Easter. I used to have those little eggs with candy in there, and we were doing a couple of events near public schools, and the kids would come running over like candy, and they would of course drag their parents. So sometimes I have candies. This year Valentine's Day I didn't. I think I did last year. But I have the sample packs. One of the reasons I like the sample packs, as I mentioned earlier, I had an incident where one potential customer was just using all the samples, and it was kind of crazy. So since then I was like, everything goes in a sample pack. I've also found when I have the lipsticks loose, people will come and say, oh, you know, what colors do you have? And then they're going through all the colors. No, I don't want red. No, I want brown. No, I don't want purple. I don't want pink. I don't want... Don't you have this? And while I don't mind that, if it's kind of slow, when I'm trying to talk to a group of people and I've got one person like, don't you have red? Don't you have purple? It's kind of hard. It's hard to concentrate, and it distracts me from sharing the opportunity and, you know, talking about the products, or, you know, having a discussion with, you know, the rest of the people. So I try to put things in a sample pack, so once they fill out their questionnaire, they get the sample pack. That's the other thing. So I normally have brochures on the table. So as people go by, everyone can get a brochure. But I have this sign that says free Avon samples. It's usually propped up on the table, but it fits nicely in the basket if I'm on the move. And people will sometimes come over and ask what's free. So if you're a shy person, that's also great for you, because again, you have people coming to you when you set up the table, as opposed to having to call out and attract people to the table. So sometimes, especially if you're a shy person, it's great. It worked really well for me. That's why I love table events and tailgating events, because you can set up the table and people will just see either the Avon sign, the Avon brochures on the table, or the free Avon samples, and they'll come over and say, oh, can I have an Avon book, or oh, what's free, or oh, this is Avon. This weekend I had someone say, oh, Avon is still around. I was like, yeah, let's talk, let me show you what's in the book. She was like, I didn't know Avon had all this stuff. I was like, well, new Avon has improved by leaps and bounds. So I fill it up with sample packs. I have them already packaged with the same thing in every one, because that's the other thing. People will come, are they all the same? Can I look through all of them? I'm like, no, they're all the same. Here. So once they fill out their questionnaire, then they get a sample pack. So it also helps you conserve. When I first started, I didn't have a lot of money to invest in samples and sample packs. So I didn't just give out samples with all my brochures. I waited until I got the person's contact information, name, and phone number or email address at the very least, so I can call them to follow up on the samples they received. Like, oh, by the way, how did you like your lipstick? All my samples always have a little lipstick. I like the lipstick because it makes the sample pack feel more full, and people get it when they look at it. Sometimes when it's just the papers, people are like, where's the sample? And I'm like, well, there's a fragrance in there, and they're like, it's paper. So by adding a little lipstick, then they're like, oh, okay, I got a lipstick sample. And then I could say, yeah, there's a fragrance in there too. And they're like, oh, okay. But, it feels like they're getting samples. So especially now that the samples are flat, if I just put in the flat sample, people are kind of just like, where's the sample? So I usually have a lipstick sample in there. So once I've gotten their contact information, I can call them to follow up and, see how they like their sample, how they like the fragrance inside, and we can develop a conversation. I tend not to just put my samples in the brochure, because I've done events where you just leave 200 to 500 brochures and they're just gone. I don't have any contact information. I don't have anything to follow up. At least this way, it makes it a little easier. And it encourages people to give me their contact information so that I can add them to my mailing list and keep in touch with them. So I've done videos on what's in my sample packs, but I know someone's going to ask, so I'm just going to open one up for you really quick. So in my sample packs, these are Valentine's Day themed, but I also do these, which are the pink little bags. I can never remember the name. They're just party bags. So they're a little bit different, and I've done videos on each of them. But I have always a lipstick sample, 1 to 2 fragrance samples. Both of these are, one is for men, one is for women. So, I mean, fragrance is fragrance. This one is actually an older fragrance that's no longer available, but I had a ton of samples, so I used them. I can always find a comparable product now. So I have my business card, and I have a folded outlet book with my recruiting flyer. This is just one side of my recruiting flyer. I printed them so I can fold them to get them into this little sample pack, but usually they're a stiffer cardboard, which is why I use these sample packs, because I don't have to fold everything. So I fold the outlet book in half. I then add my card, my recruiting flyer, in there whole. And in this sample pack, I have a lipstick, a lollipop, a fragrance, and those mini recruiting booklets. I love these because they really tell a story, and they're tiny, so they fit very nicely into a sample pack. So what else do I have in my basket? I tend to just have some loose candies because the kids are adorable and I'm a sucker. So I have candies for the kids. I usually have some spare business cards, and I have these cards. These are the Beauty for a Purpose cards. I usually throw a couple of them in my basket so that if I'm out with someone on my team, they could quickly, who doesn't have business cards or who's just getting started, they could quickly fill out their contact information and have their business cards ready like this. I've done this with my information, but I keep those as backup. I usually have a couple of loose samples just in case. One might fall out of a sample pack and I just need one to grab. And so I just have a couple of loose samples in the back, but you don't have to do that. I also have some helpful information. These are older breast cancer resource guides. I like to have them because, as you know, Avon is a big supporter of breast cancer awareness. So I have a couple on the table, usually somewhere on display or in the back of the basket, and plenty of pens. So you want to make sure that you have all your tools ready. The pens come in handy, duh, so that people can fill out their information clipboard on the clipboard. So that's what the pens are for. And I also have, I usually have a sample of each. The core brochure, a Mark brochure, and an Avon Living, but I think I gave away my last one, so it's not here. And of course, extra labels, so that if I have books that I need to label on the fly, I could do that as well. So those are the things that go into my basket, and this is probably maybe a 9 or 12 inch diameter basket. It just fits everything really nicely. You don't have to have extra samples. You could just have the basics in here, a couple of sample packs. And I've used smaller baskets as well. I like sometimes to use the smaller baskets. One of the problems with this one is that once everything is in there, they fall to the bottom. So sometimes the smaller baskets are helpful because it'll make it look fuller and really capture people's attention. So that is my basket. And the other thing you can do with the little information cards is a raffle. And I like to do raffles at events. I like to raffle baskets. I like to do giveaways and freebies. It keeps people's attention. It keeps them interested, and they enjoy it. I enjoy it as well. I don't know why. I like to make baskets, so I like to make stuff to give away to people. So this month, I tend to do them monthly. So I do a raffle for each month if I'm doing my own events. If I am working with another organization, I might do a raffle at that event. A few years ago, I worked with our local public library. So at the end of that day, I did a raffle, and we did, like we do in Avon, the mouse has got to be in the house. And I gave away a raffle basket. So the baskets are fun. And it's also another conversation starter. Sometimes a person doesn't really care to give their information, but they want to enter the raffle. And I've had people who won the raffle basket who have used the products and come back like, there was a day cream in your basket. I liked it. Can I get some more? So make sure you put your business cards in your baskets as well, because those people will come back. How do I do my raffle drawings? I will usually keep all of those flyers. Years ago, you guys might have seen on my page, I had like a stack of those information sheets. I collect them. I put them all in a box. At the end of the month, I shuffle it and I pick a couple of names. Sometimes I do one name. If I'm feeling generous, I might do one name for the big basket and 2 or 3 names for smaller items. It depends on what the feedback has been. Sometimes, though, to be honest, I gotta tell you guys, I don't know if non-representatives are watching this, but a couple of things. You guys have to really write legibly. One of my concerns, I've actually been thinking if I should switch from paper to a tablet. The reason I like the paper is, like I said, multiple people can be filling out the information. But my problem a lot of the times is that I can't read the stuff after it's written. So side note, guys, when you guys are having your future customers fill out their forms, when they're done, just take a quick look at it. Make sure that you can read everything that they wrote, because I have had so many times where the person has won the basket and I call them and it's the wrong number. The number is disconnected, or they're just not answering. So a lot of people have forfeited their basket. And like sometimes I'm like, I have a rollover basket for the next month because I couldn't find the winner for the previous month. So make sure the information is legible. I'm getting better with it. Remember to ask them to add their mailing address if they want to be added to your list. I saw a question here. Oh, you guys are liking the baskets, huh? Where's that question? Oh, hey Myra, welcome. Tina. So Tina asked if about the mailing list. So I actually mail my customers their catalogs, but I mail them my own physically myself. I label them, I bag them, I bring them to the post office myself. I have a bulk mailers permit that I got last year, so I mail about 200 brochures each month to my customers. I also mail to my leads. I just started mailing to my leads this month, but a lot of times, one of the biggest complaints that I was getting in the field was that people lost touch with their Avon representative, be it that they used to work together, or that the representative moved, or they moved to somewhere new and they lost touch with their rep. And I was kind of sad about that. And I wanted to, I mean, even in my own Avon career, when I used to go to school in Brooklyn and when I used to drive with my mom, all of my customers were centered around where I was with her, because she was the driver. I would just recruit and prospect and do my events in her areas. And then when I became a driver on my own, then I was working in different areas. My district has also changed over the years. So I used to do a lot of events in one district. Now I do them in another district. I'm not in that district as much. So I don't see those customers as often as I used to. But by having them on my mailing list, they're less likely to get lost for me. And when I'm doing these events and people are telling me that they lost touch with their Avon lady, I'm like, well, don't worry about it. If you want to get a brochure every month, just put down your contact information and I'll mail you one. And you don't have to worry about losing touch with your rep. And you can get to see all the products and the different offers that we have. And if you provide your email address, then Avon will also send you different offers, free shipping and free giveaways. Speaking of which, I have my little black dress tote. This was actually a giveaway from youravon.com. So I do encourage my customers to provide their email address so that they can be alerted of when Avon is giving away awesome freebies. So that's what I do with my mailing list. I enter everyone into a spreadsheet. I will probably have to do another call for that because it's tedious. And we're almost at the end of this live stream. But I do enter everyone's address, have it checked, call them to make sure that I do have the right address, because again, the legibility of writing crazy. But I do add them to a mailing list so that they can get a brochure regularly. Hey, Jessica M., welcome. Milagros love the baskets. Yes, Milagros is the basket queen. So we all love the baskets. And I like having the baskets on the table because when you have a beautiful basket, it also catches people's attention. I've done events without the basket and I've done them with the basket. And I like to have the basket. Sometimes I've done raffles where I'm like, oh, you'll get a free product. It doesn't have the same impact as, you get a basket. And the basket doesn't have to have a ton of stuff. I've done baskets with 2 or 3 items, little baskets. Sometimes I we'll take the fragrance and the shower gel and make into a little gift set. But it engages people a lot better. Milagro says she likes the bulk mail from the post office. Yeah, it's a great way to save. Oh, but if you don't have 200 customers in your database that you're mailing to, I have more than 200 and I'm trying to whittle it down. I have too many to count. But I think it's going into 400 or 500 right now. And I've been trying to keep it under 200 because I have a budget and that's just what I'm dealing with. So not everyone, my main customers, the customers who have purchased, they get a brochure every month. And the people who have been on the list for a while who haven't placed an order, they might get a brochure once every quarter. I used to do it once every 6 months and I'm working up to maybe doing it once every quarter. Just for my own mental peace of mind. And because I don't want people to feel like just because they're not purchasing. I mean, you got to find a balance because it does cost to do these mailings. So I've had people recommend, after 3, stop mailing them. What I do is after 3 mailings, I will put a little letter in their mailing saying, this is if you enjoyed your subscription and you would like to continue to receive brochures, please give me a call and let me know. Otherwise, they go on the list where they're only getting like 1 every 6 months or 1 every 3 months in the future. But I don't want to cut anyone off just because they haven't ordered for a while, but I can't afford to mail everyone a brochure every 2 weeks. So, you're trying to find a balance, and you do want your to mail to the customers who are ordering, because the money you make from their orders will help you reinvest in your business to continue to mail. So if, you have to find a balance between whether or not your customers are ordering and, who's getting a brochure. I've done spreadsheets and calculations to figure that out. So if you don't want to do the bulk mail, you can always use other websites like Campaign Mailer. And there used to be another one, but I don't remember. I personally just prefer to mail them myself because maybe I'm a bit of a psycho and a little bit of a a control freak, but I like to know what I could put in there. Normally, when I mail the brochures, I put a full-size catalog, the core Avon brochure, and either a Mark or an Avon Living. I can put a little order form for them to write their order down, the product number, the description, and the cost. And a lot of times my customers will write their order on that piece of paper, snap a picture of it on their phone, and text it to me. It's easier than them typing in everything. I've gotten them scanned through emails. I've even gotten them faxed in once a long time ago. I had one of those order forms faxed to me. So I like to provide different options for my customers and help them track their orders as well so that they know what they ordered from me. A lot of my customers I don't go to collect the physical order form, so it comes to me in different ways. So I like to give them that form, or like I said, I put a letter to the people who are who I'm about to be discontinued, who are about to have their subscription discontinued. I put that letter in there too as well. So me mailing the catalogs myself gives me a little extra control. It is time consuming, but like Milagro says, it's personal. So, my customers, they're getting that book from me with love. And I put my little labels on them. Each of my brochures has my label on it. I like to label the physical brochure because the brochures have legs. I always say this. I like to put my label on the brochure, and sometimes I have different labels, like this one with the welcome code where you get free shipping. So when I do them myself, I have more control over the labels, over special offers. I put my recruiting flyer in each one, so everyone always gets a recruiting flyer, and that's what they get in the mailing: a marked catalog, a brochure, and whatever else. So that's what's in my event bag. It's kind of heavy duty, but it's nice to have everything in one place, and I know it's there when I need it, and there are backups. I've kind of come to this system over the years because you'll be out in the field and run out of books, and you're like, oh my gosh, do I have labels? Yes. Great. Okay, I'm out of business cards. I can write up a couple really quickly. Okay, awesome. A lot of it was trial and error. I used to give the samples separately, and then I learned that it's better to just have them prepackaged so that the person can take one sample pack and go. And it also makes it gives you more time to focus so that you're not concerned with picking out lipstick colors. And if a person wants this fragrance versus another fragrance, they pick a sample pack. It's like a drawing. They pick it. Whatever they get is what they've got. And it's been better for me. So that's what I use. That's what I walk with. It's easy for me because I could throw the bag on my shoulder, have my table in my left hand, and I can go. I'm mobile. I can sometimes, I need to, most of the time I'm by myself. So I need to be very mobile. I don't have a a lot of times I don't have extra hands to do stuff, and I live in New York, so I'm not going to put my handbag down somewhere or, you know, give a random stranger to just hold on to while I set up my table. So I need to know that I can have everything secure, and I love that these big Avon bags hold everything. So I know that's a lot of information. You might have to go back and watch, but hopefully you're like me and you took good notes. But again, as always, if you guys have questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to do a video and show you what I do and what I have. So let's just see if we have any more questions. Hey, welcome, Miss Norma. Let's see. Oh, Milagros wants a bulk mail video. You do not want to see my bulk mailing. It's like one night every month I am just labeling 200 brochures by hand. Lisa Wilbur would probably have a fit with me. Like, okay, that's something that needs to be delegated, and it does. And I'm getting there, but my business is just not quite there yet. I am trying, but for now I label all of them by myself. Malagra said, great way to tap into the local market. Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you guys, when I first started, one, being a super shy person, this was a great way for me to get out there and promote my business. But number two, when I started doing events, my goal was to recruit and build my team. But I found by doing this, I've grown my customer base a lot. And when I have the contact information, you don't know how many times a person will say they got my brochure, but it got wet, it got lost, they gave it to a friend or whatever, and they lost my contact information. But I have their information. So when they get the next book in the mail, they're like, yay, you know, this is great. And sometimes it takes 2 or 3 contacts for that person to place their order. So, you know, them just getting that one random book from me sometimes isn't enough, but when they're getting them in the mail regularly, then they're like, okay, you know, I have an Avon lady, and she sends me brochures every month. So it's great to develop that connection and let them know that they have someone they can go to when they have their questions and when they need more product. Felicia says it's a great idea. She has to try it. It's more personal. Malagra says she didn't know about the post office bulk mail savings. She'll look into it. Yeah, because usually for you to mail, like my last set of brochures that I mailed was the core catalog, and I think it was a mark that I did for campaign 5, and it's about 5.8 ounces. So usually that's about $2 and change at the post office for each book. But when you mail it yourself, it's about $1. So yeah, it's quite a few, but that's including my cost of the brochure. Sometimes I could put a sample in if it's in the budget. If the boss says it's okay, I could throw some samples in, but it gives me more control. When we did the Sophia launch and the what was this fragrance? The new Ultimate launch, I mailed the customers on my mailing list got a sample. I put one of these into their brochure order, so they all got to try. So it kind of gives me more control. I can't do that with Campaign Mailer, but it's a great tool, and it's, you know, you just make your mailing list, you send it to them, they label and package and bring to the office and make it easier, to the post office, and make it easier for you. So time-wise, you know, Campaign Mailer is a good deal, but for me, I just did it myself, A, for the budget, to just keep my costs down, and for the flexibility. Malago says New York, yeah, you can't leave your bag just hanging around in New York. Kathleen says thanks for the video, and Malago says, wow, that's savings. Yeah, it adds up. So and I think the more you mail, the bigger your discount. So look into the bulk mailing, calculate the cost yourself, calculate how much your customers have to be ordering to offset the cost of mailing yourself, mailing brochures, and see how many people you have in your list. If you don't have 200 people or more, then it's not going to make sense because you won't get the discount unless it's 200 people. So do events and get more people to add to your mailing list and grow your customer base, and you know, reach out and get more recruits, and add the contact information. You can add their email address to your web office on your Avon.com, so they get the coupons and the deals. You add their address to your mailing list, so that you can mail them a brochure. Side note, just respect what they say. If a person says that yes, they already have an Avon representative, I don't contact that person. I thank them for shopping with the rep and for their service and for their support, but I don't continue to mail them. And if they say no, they don't want anything, I also don't mail them anything. Sometimes people don't want any information, they just want to enter for the raffle. All right, whatever. But I don't bombard them with information if they say no. If they change their mind, and I've had that happen too. I've had people say no, they don't want anything, and then take my brochure and call me and, then decide they do want something. Some people just don't want mail, and some people don't want emails, which is fine. So just respect that when you're working with people. Felicia says, thanks, helpful and informative. You're welcome, Felicia. Yeah, I hope this helps you guys. I hope you guys pick up some tips. And again, nothing that I'm doing is canon. This is not the end all and be all. Take these ideas, change them, and make them your own. These are all ideas that I've gotten from people, and I've adjusted them to fit my circumstances. So if you're stronger than me, you can have a bigger bag, but I'm weak, so this is all I've got. And that's it. That's how I prepare for my field events, and that's what's in my field event bag. I hope you guys find this helpful, and again, as always, post your comments. I still want to see your wins for the week, but if you have questions, post them below. If you want to see videos, apparently now I'm going to be doing a preparing my mailing video for you guys. And I had another video request that I will be working on. So keep the questions coming, and I'll keep the videos coming as long as I can. And I'm looking forward to hearing about your events. Take pictures and post them so that we can see and celebrate the growth of your business, and really commit to your events. Oh, that was the other thing. Commit to doing your events on locations and be there regularly so that people know you as the Avon lady in that area. Pick a place, even if it's for an hour. For me, I was working during the week, so I used to do, instead of the power of 3, I used to do the power of 30 on the weekend. So instead of an hour a day, I would do 5 hours on Saturday. But it really helped my business to grow and become stable, especially when I was first starting out. So I hope you guys find this helpful, that you also find some success in your business, and that we can all get to go to the Bahamas together. Looking forward to being there with you guys, hoping we can all make it and get to celebrate together on the beach. All expenses paid by Avon. All right, guys, have a great evening, and I will talk to you next week, Tuesday, same time, same place. Bye.